Now, while we start looking at Dashakam 1, before that we had already seen how in the introduction what was the storyline behind composing Narayanam, what was the main purpose of why Bhattatri even started composing this text. The reason being his own illness that was there, and apart from that, one of the main purposes of composing this treatise is to find a cure for his own illness as advised by his guru, and further as he got a solution to seek the grace of Bhagavan, to seek the grace of Guruvayurappan. That's how we know how Bhattatri comes to Guruvayur along with few of his followers, Shishyas also, and how he started the work of composing Narayana. Now the first, though his guru who was there gave him an advice to start with the fish, that is to start with Matsyavataram, to start describing about the various avatars of Vishnu, Bhattatri keeps Srimad Bhagavatam as a base text and starts composing Narayanam. So he says, like just as Srimad Bhagavatam goes right from Skanda 1 till Skanda 12, I will consider that to be a reference, and in the same way how the descriptions are made in the Skandas of Srimad Bhagavatam, similarly in Narayanam also I will do that. But the only difference being it will be a condensation that is there. So Srimad Bhagavatam we know 18,000 shlokas divided into 12 skandhas. Narayanam 1036 rough shlokas divided into 100 dashakams. Right? So the entire condensation of Srimad Bhagavatam has been done in Narayanam. So when we talk about Dashakam 1, it is somewhat similar to Skanda 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, which talks about the greatness or the form of the Lord. Now, why Bhattatri felt to include this in Dashakam 1 only? For that also there is a reason. Bhattatri says that before I start worshipping something, like again for people like you and me, not only worship, it is for anything, before I start doing anything, I need to know the purpose behind it, right? I need to know what it is, how I should do and so on. That's the reason the initial Dashakams that are there. First Dashakam is the greatness. If I am worshipping someone, that person should definitely be greater, right? He or she should be worth of respecting or worth of worshipping. So the first purpose is that. Second, in Dashakam 2, okay, now I have come to know that this person is very great, he is worthy of being worshipped. But now, what is the form of this person? Now we are all in Bhakti Margam usually, right? We cannot just, though we say and we believe everything will be there, God is everywhere, God is here, God is there and so on. Still, we all go to temples, we need idol in our houses. We all follow Bhakti Margam, right? We cannot just always say that I close my eyes and I can see Bhagavan in front of me. Though we can see, our focus is quite limited, right? Third Dashakam that is there. Now I know about the greatness of the Lord in Dashakam 1. I know the form of the Lord in Dashakam 2. Now Dashakam 3, Bhattatri talks about Bhakti Prarthana. That is a way of worship, how Bhakti should be done. Just knowing the greatness, knowing about the form alone is not enough. Now what I should do to worship that great form of the Lord, that he worships in Dashakam 3. So that he describes in Dashakam 3. So the first 3 Dashakams that are there, they talk about the greatness of the Lord, the form of the Lord and Bhakti Prarthana. Now Dashakam 1 specifically talks about the greatness and form of Bhagavan. So when he starts, Sandranandavabodhat, first is, in the first shloka itself, Bhattatri considers himself and people like you and me who have started reading this text to be greatly blessed. That's why in the last line of the first shloka, he says, Hanta bhagyam janana, meaning it is our deep great fortune that in the land of Guruvayur, the principle or the greatness of the Lord has come. He is present in the form of happiness, joy, wisdom, nirmuktam, nityamuktam, nigamashata, meaning that Lord, he is free from everything, right? There are no flaws in that Lord at all. He is the one who does not have anyone who is equal to him. That is, there is only one Paramatma, right? There is only one Bhagavan. We cannot say this Lord is greater than him, that Lord is greater than him, or there is something even more greater than the Supreme. We don't say such things. There is only one who is there, who does not have an equal, one who is beyond everything. Time, place, kala, desha, avidibhyam, kala, desha, avadibhyam. When we say one who is beyond time and place, who's always free from all nirmuktam, nityamuktam, who's always free from all kinds of bondages, and by several prayers also, even though aspashtam drishtamatre punaruru purusharthatmakam brahma tattvam, though we worship that Lord by using and chanting various prayers also, he is the one who is brahma tattvam, the ultimate spirit who is there. And for people like you and me, punaruru Sakshat Gurupavanapure, meaning that one who lives in Guruvayur, I feel like seeing that Lord again and again. And Antabhagyam Janana, it is our good fortune that we feel once we take the darshanam of Guruvayurappan in Guruvayur, we feel like seeing the Lord again and again. Further he continues, Evam Durlabhyavastunyapi. This concept that is there of getting the darshanam of Guruvayurappan or even worshipping the Lord, this is something, or this principle of supreme God, divinity and so on, is very difficult to understand. It is also very rare and difficult to experience. If that is easily available to us by seeking the darshanam of Guruvayurappan, it is in fact our good fortune. And unfortunate are those people who depend on some other thing. Tanva vacha dhiyava. Maybe using vacha speech by their body, mind and words, maybe some people are being dependent on some other thing for happiness, but with great stability of mind. And for people like you and me, if bhakti has developed, Bhattatri says, and the Lord of Guruvayur can get rid of all problems of this world. Nishesha Atmanamenam, that is Nishesha Atmanam, meaning the total stability of mind. With one-mindedness, if I worship that Lord, he will definitely come. Guru Pavanapura Dhisham Eva Ashrayamaha. He will definitely protect each one of us and get rid of all the samasyas in this world. Further, Sattvam Yattatparabhyam Aparikalanato. Vyasacharya also. Now, if you see, entire Narayanam is a one-way conversation. That is, Bhattatri addresses everything in first person, second person kind of a thing. So, he will always address Guruvayurappan as you. So, that's why in the meanings also when we see, Bhattatri writes that Vyasacharya has many times told about your form. That is, Bhattatri is directly talking to Guruvayurappan, wherein he says that Vyasavakyam, there is something called Vyasavakyam. Now, what is the meaning of Vyasavakyam? Now, Vyasacharya we know is the one who has compiled all the Puranas. Veda Vyasa has also compiled the 4 Vedas. So, therefore, Vyasavakyam is something meaning the ultimate, that is there, ultimate truth which we say. So, many times even Vyasacharya also has spoken about your Sattva form. Sattva. Now, we know there are 3 aspects: Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sattva is everything that is good, right? Everything pure. Rajas is usually people like you and me, tit for tat. If I am good, I can also be bad, right? Depending on the situation, we change. Tamo Gunam is all kinds of demonic qualities or all kinds of asuric qualities that are there, only negativity and evil things that happen. But the Lord of Guruvayur is always Sattvam. The aspect itself is fully Sattvam. He is the one who is separated from everything. That is, Bhagavan has got no dependency on anyone. Like for us, usually we are dependent, right? We are dependent on things around, we are dependent on people around for our own living happiness and so on. But for the Lord, it is not so. And due to this purity, Bhagavan's form itself gives lot of pleasure. It shines from within. It has got a very great form, and just by listening to the glories of Bhagavan, it makes one very happy. And that's how even devotees, Tasmin Dhanyaramante Shrutimati Madhure, meaning your stories, your glories are very much Madhuram, very sweet to hear. And that's how we get attracted to that again and again. We enjoy your company, we enjoy listening to your glories, O Lord. We enjoy in seeking your darshanam. Shloka number 4, Bhattatri says that the learned people say that your own sattva, this character of sattvam, that is all goodness, all greatness, that is equal to crossing over the samsaram, that is to always move about further, to cross over all the dukkhas that come in, and we will be able to enjoy the nectar that is there, which we get by being merged with you, and of that Lord who is there everywhere. This form of yours, O Lord of Guruvayur, is something which is totally complete. There are no flaws at all, nothing has gone wrong. And here Bhattatri, he says, Kasman no nishkalas tvam nishkalaha, meaning there are no flaws at all. Sakala iti vachas tvatkala sweva bhuman. Bhattatri says, of the various other avatars that you have taken, various other forms that you have, this form, in the form of Lord Guruvayurappan, is always something which is very much attractive. It is the best of all avatars. Now here it doesn't mean like again it is just a comparison that is being made within avatars. Because Bhattatri here is worshipping Lord Guruvayurappan, he is seeing the Lord in front of him, he is showing, he is describing about the glory of the Lord. Shloka number 5, Bhattatri says, Nirvyaparopi nishkaranam. He says, oh Lord, there is everyone who has taken some birth, right? Now, though you are the one who is free from action, you are the one who is free from birth, you are all avatara purushas. That means, if you want to take birth, you can decide, right? Like Krishna and Arjuna, when they have a conversation, Arjuna one fine day tells Krishna that you are so lucky, Krishna, that you can choose where you want to take birth, in which family you want to live, what you want to do, and so on. But for human beings, like me, it is very difficult, right? Because nothing is decided. When I am born itself, I am being born into a particular family. I have to face a lot of things that are there. Nothing is there in my hands. You are so lucky that you can choose how you want to live your life. That's when Krishna says that, Arjuna, everyone has got this problem, including human beings, that whenever we look at others, we feel that the other person is happy. But in reality, if you see, my life is more difficult, because though I don't have a choice that is there. Though you say that I can make a choice, still behind my every avataran there is some purpose. You are lucky that you don't know where you will be born, what you will do, what will happen to you tomorrow. In my case, I know what is going to happen to me. So even right things, wrong things, both are going to happen. Like, say for example, Krishna avataram that is there. Before even Bhagavan was born, calamities were waiting for him, asuras were waiting to kill the child. Now when I know that right from the time or before even I will be born, if asuras are going to wait to kill me, will I ever take birth? It is very difficult for human beings, right? But still, in the case of me, I had to do that. Rama avataram, I knew that I will have to face lot of hardships, or so I will have to kill asuras like Ravana, Kumbhakarna, I will have to be separated from Sita Devi, but still I had to do that for the accomplishment of that avataram. But in the case of you, Arjuna, it is good that you do not know about such things, because the minute I tell you that so and so things are going to happen with you, you cannot live peacefully from this minute. Say for example, someone tells you after 10 years or so you are going to die on this day. From this day only we will start thinking about it, right? We can never live in peace even for 1 minute. We will not think in this way that okay, 10 years are there, let me enjoy that. So therefore, Krishna tells Arjuna that whatever you have, you be happy with that, Arjuna. Everyone has their own set of problems. I have my own dukkham, you have your own dukkham. So let's not fall into that trap. You just look at the good things that are there. So here also Bhattatri says, you are the one who are all, you do not have any birth also, you seem to be without action. You take up this job in the sense, you take up these various avatars that are there with some purpose. That is your nature. You rise up at the beginning, at the time of creation, when there seems to be nothing that is there. That is, Pralaya Kalam has taken place, the world has actually come to an end. Now when we say end, that means we believe that Vishnu has taken the entire world inside his womb, inside his udaram. That is Pralaya Kalam. World is come to an end. Everything around is just water. And finally again, Srishtikaranam starts. Brahma starts the process of creation. He comes out through the Nabhi Kamala, the abdomen of Vishnu, and starts the process of creation. So therefore, even though there is nothing inside you at that time during Pralaya Kalam or at the beginning of creation, still your nature is something which is very, very pure. You do not hide anything, and therefore you have assumed this form of Lord Guruvayurappan, who is so beautiful to look at. Let me worship you in this form. So Shloka number 5 talks about a description where Bhattatri says that even though Bhagavan does not have a form as such during Pralaya Kalam, when the entire world has come to an end, even though there is no existence at all, there is just water all around, at that time also Bhagavan exists. Further, Shloka number 6, Bhattatri says, Tatte pratyagradhara dharalalita kala. Bhattatri says, I always meditate upon your form, O Lord of Guruvayur, which is as pretty as the new clouds that come in white or grey. it is like the kalaya flowers. Kalayavali is like, kalaya is a type of flowers that are there which are very delicate. You are the sign who's full, you represent, you can say, beauty in all aspects. Right now, even today also, you go to Guruvayur Kshetram or you just see a Guruvayur Vigraham or any Bhagavan's Vigraham in front of you, there is just beauty, right from the head till the toe. Even though for few seconds also we get darshanam, we feel happy. That gives us happiness. You go to Tirupati, you go to Guruvayur, wherever you go, or any temple that you visit, few seconds we take the darshanam of the Lord, we find ourselves at peace. You are the essence of beauty. Bhattatri says, you are the incarnation which represents all kinds of good deeds, and you are the place where Goddess Mahalakshmi also resides without any hesitation. You are actually Amritam in the mind of those who meditate upon you. You get only for those people who have done lot of punya karma. Further, shloka number 7, Kashtate Srishti Cheshta. Bhagavan, you are the one who can never be defeated. There is large amount of sorrow. Kashtate Srishti Cheshta in my everyday life, right? Dukham Sukham comes and goes in. But for this minute, Bhattatri says, and he also reminds us that at least for this minute, let me not think about that. Because if I keep thinking about my pain, sorrow also, I will not have time to think about your beauty, think about your form which is full of joy and knowledge. So at least for this minute also, whenever I am thinking about you, whenever I am chanting Narayanam, let me enjoy myself in this Amritam of seeking your darshanam and enjoying your beautiful form. Shloka number 8, Bhattatri says, whoever worships you with full of Shraddha and Bhakti, you will definitely appear in front of them. You will not only fulfill their wishes, but you will also listen and give what they have not asked. You will always bless them with moksham. Therefore, O Vishnu, you are like the wish fulfilling tree, like the tree which is there in Swargalokam, which is always available with fruits for those devotees who actually want everything, like the wish fulfilling tree in Kshudram Tam Shakravati, Shakraha Indra. So in the garden of Indra, just as we have the wish fulfilling tree, similarly you are the wish fulfilling tree for people, for bhaktas on Bhulokam who pray to you. Further, there are many gods, Karunyat Kamamanyam, like we do a lot of this, say for example, dosha nivarana pujas, yagas and so on, right? That is all for temporary bliss. Maybe some problem is coming in, for that I please a particular deity and then that wish is fulfilled. You are not like that, O Bhagavan. You are full of karunyat kamamanyam, you are full of grace. You are the Lord who will bless us even for things that we don't ask, and therefore you make one very happy. You are nothing but total joy that is there. Therefore I keep saluting you. Atula gunagana dhara shaure namaste. For all these exceptional qualities that you have, O Bhagavan, I keep worshipping you only. For me, I don't need anything. I just need your company. I just need your Shraddha and grace that is there. Last shloka, Bhattatri says, even other gods like Aishwaryam, Shankaradishu, even other gods like Shiva, Brahmadi Devas also worship you. Your valor, your strength itself lies in your abilities of the power that you have, your fame or your bhakti that is even praised by so many other sages and great people. Goddess Mahalakshmi is always there with you. She is always present in your Vakshasthalam. So you are the one who knows everything, and no one can imagine life beyond you, and if that is happening, that is ajnanam or ignorance of that person. Therefore, tadvatagaravaasin murahara, you are the one who has killed Mura, that asura. O Lord of Guruvayur, Bhagavat Shabda Mukhyashayosi, you are fit to be termed as Bhagavan. And who is given the title of Bhagavan? It is that one who is free from all kinds of flaws that are there, all kinds of wrongdoings. There is nothing which is wrong, or there is nothing which is evil, no mistake at all. That person or that thing can be referred to as Bhagavan. Bhagavat Shabda Mukhyashayosi. So Bhattatri concludes his Dashakam saying that, O Lord of Guruvayur, you definitely are fit for this title. You are only my Lord. So this is how the form of Guruvayurappan, or how the divinity should be praised. That is all described by Bhattatri in Dashakam 1. Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai.